Riara is what you make it. They really go 110% in terms of ensuring that every student is exposed to the very best in every industry. Therefore, it's for you to take what you can and use that in the next stage of your life.
What is most amazing about Riara is the follow-up, where, for example, the lecturers will give you pieces of work to do, assignments to do, then they will follow it up. You know, when there's following up and there's monitoring and evaluation, it is very easy for you to know where you've made the mistakes, hence your growth becomes very easy.
They give you confidence and they boost you in ways you're not. It just changes you, they innovate you.
We look at the general activities that happen within the university so that we achieve one of the core mandates of Riara University, holistic education, so that our students not only get their certificates in whatever courses they are pursuing, but they grow up and they develop to be whole people who are able to function within the society.
We also talk about nurturing innovators by way of having a mindset. During orientation, we emphasize the fact that each student has potential to become the best that they can if they are willing to exert themselves.
Riara is one place that for sure has no borders, both to staff and students. And what we say is that Riara is a home of innovators.
Somewhere on the planet Earth, on its second largest landmass, there is a thriving country, Kenya. In its capital, we find one of the fastest rising private universities in East and Central Africa. The campus is a 10-minute drive from Nairobi CBD, within close proximity of Wilson Airport and Nyayo Stadium alongside the busy Mbagathie Avenue. Ladies and gentlemen, Riara University. Riara University is a private institution located in high-rise that operates under a letter of interim education that commenced on 2nd August 2012.
Having started 1974, 41 years later, we are talking about kindergartens, primary schools, a high school for girls. We are talking about a university. There's nothing more satisfying for old people than to realize, hey, what did we set out to do? Not to build a kingdom, but provide holistic education in which children and young people can be transformed.
Riara is a heritage of Riara group of schools. And this is something that I think every Kenyan is aware, because it dates back in the year 1974 when Riara group of schools started with the Riara kindergarten. Later on we had Riara primary and then Riara secondary. And by the year 2012, Riara University came into being, and the first group of students reported to Riara University in September 2012.
Riara University is a private university which is right now operating under the letter of interim authority from the Commission for University Education. It is run by a board of trustees, by a council, by Senate and management board, and school boards. Those are the organs for running the university. The high quality training begins with the provision of a good curriculum. All our degree programs and diploma programs have gone through a rigorous research before being mounted. And even with the research, we invoke and involve industry players, people in the different industries. For example, in the education sector, in the legal sector, in business, and in computing sciences. We bring them on board so that they have an input in each of the degree programs or diploma programs.
The prestigious School of Law boasts of being fully accredited by the Council of Legal Education. This makes the School of Law reputable in the legal community.
Riara Law School, we are offering two major programs. We have the LLB, Bachelor's in Law, and we have another program called the Pre-KSL. This is a program that takes care of students who probably have done their law degrees outside Kenya and they would wish to join Kenya School of Law. But again, Kenya School of Law have their requirements in terms of what students should have met before they are admitted into the bar programs. And that's why we have the Pre-KSL, just to make sure that we tailor-make programs that can supplement whatever Kenyans have done out there so that they are fit to be admitted into Kenya School of Law and be able to practice as lawyers in Kenya.
Law seems to be a highly placed course and also quite engaging.
The law program at Riara University is incredible, mainly because of the experience we get in the classroom. The methods we use in our teaching are different because they're based on some of the teaching methods which our faculty has gone through, and our faculty has gone through some of the best law schools in the world.
We have several moot court sessions, and whenever we have the moot courts, we get invited guests who later help us. Our teachers are very dedicated, and there is the openness between the teachers and the students, which is really good.
In our school, law school, we engage in a Socratic teaching method by which both the student and the teacher go for research. And so this encourages an open relationship between the teacher and the student.
In the 2.5 years since we've been in operation, we've received a number of accolades, a number of prizes. For example, from the law school, we have students who have won the moot competitions, both locally and internationally. When we go out to exhibit what it is that we are doing in the university, we have received several awards in the expos, in the Commission for University Education exhibition, for example. We also have some students who have done very well and have been recognized for their work in the community.
Located within the university is a meticulously planned library, a tranquil haven for students willing to do their research on their schoolwork.
We open the library at 8 a.m. Immediately it's busy. We have students coming either to return book before going to the class, or sometimes they want to print, or sometimes they want to photocopy. So probably about the first 1 hour, between 8 and 9 is quite busy. Then from 9 we do shelving, if there are any books that were not shelved the previous day. Then from there we continue with other services, probably, and also doing some cataloging, and also some helping students to access books in the library and use the catalog. The OPAC system is short for Online Public Access Catalog, and it's the easiest way to find a book in the library. It saves time, and it will take you directly to the shelf where the book is shelved. So what one does is that you go to the catalog. Once you are on the catalog, you go to search and you type in either an author of the book you want, the title of the book you want. Sometimes you may not know the author or the title, so you type the subject and it will give you the call number. And also when you use the catalog, you're able to know how many books do we have in the library, how many copies, are they available? If they're not available, which is the due date. So it's the easiest and the best way to find an item in the library.
The library has a vast array of books which are not only numerous in the various fields of law, but even in a specific field of law, you'll find that we have a comprehensive number of books which will allow me to get different views on a specific field. Basically state-of-the-art and new editions of books.
The library has several sections, including the digital library and the multimedia unit.
I use the multimedia unit to refer to my studies because we have quite a wide range of computers that are available.
The School of Computing Sciences is designed to give students the skills required for both basic and advanced computer use.
Recently, we started the School of Computing Science. I think it's almost a year or so. And we got an accreditation to run a bachelor's program in computing science, one of the very latest programs with the very latest content in terms of what is happening in the IT sector. Again, we have the diploma in robotics, we have diploma in ethical hacking, things that are very current in the IT sector. Besides that, we have diploma in IT, and we also have diploma in business information technology.
There are two ICT labs here. One is for the ICDL students, the other one is the Cisco lab. They teach more advancing on the technology that is upcoming in the Cisco companies. The teachers here are quite well dedicated. They don't just have to focus to a group, as there are very few students in one class, so the teacher can concentrate on each student so that nobody is left out.
I'm currently doing ICDL, which stands for International Computer Driving License. Here at the ICDL Computer Lab, we are taught different modules like concepts of IT, computer programming, using databases, and file management. As a student of ICDL, I'd say this school has modern computer labs. The environment of the university is friendly. I have interacted with different students who are pursuing different courses like computer science, journalism, business, and law. After I finish my ICDL course, I'd like to join the business school because I know it's the right choice I've made.
Riara University wouldn't be complete without the cafeteria. Currently working in collaboration with Nairobi Airport Services, NASSERV Air, a highly reputable catering company known for their exceptional culinary skills and their wholesome, healthy meals.
Basically, we start with breakfast, which we offer hot beverages and snacks. On a daily basis, we offer 2 choices of protein, 2 choices of starch, vegetable, and a choice of vegetarian meal. Like today, we had sweet Arabic rice for starch, we had pasta spaghetti, we had beef bolognese, and stewed beans. I offer well-balanced diet food and safe to consume to every client who steps in our restaurant.
The School of Education is another esteemed school that is tasked with the responsibility of training teachers who will mold the minds of future generations.
I major in English and Literature, and education in Riara University is really amazing. The school offers various ideas. We have holiday-based, we have early childhood education, we have the certificate for training international curriculum, where you're able to interact with international curriculum, able to learn more what's so different about 844 that is different from the international curriculum. Education is the passing of knowledge, and knowledge, skills, attitudes, and various things. And I believe that Riara has passed on these things to us. They're so practical. We have micro-teaching. This micro-teaching, it's very hard for you to find it in public universities. In that public universities, you find that there are so many students there. They're not able to carry out this one-on-one interaction with the teacher and carry out micro-teaching. Micro-teaching is where you go, before you go for a teaching practice, you make a lesson plan, come up with your scheme of work, and present your lesson in class. And the teacher is able to critique you in the way he or she knows best, and is able to correct you in the right way before you go for your teaching practice. The teachers are so open. You can walk into their doors and tell them anything about education. The university also offers early childhood education, which is ECD, which focuses on the child who is of a younger age, and which these ages are very crucial for a child. And as a teacher, we are required to be very practical in our approaches to learning and teaching these young children, because this is the basis of the learning. I believe the school has made us ready for the workplace. They give you confidence and they boost you in ways it just changes you. They innovate you.
School of Foundation Studies houses both the School of International Relations and Diplomacy and Multimedia Journalism.
I take International Relations and Diplomacy. It's a great experience to get and learn things about the world, especially because everything right now I'm doing is international. So the history that I was previously doing in high school has been more expanded and refined to things that are specific. As we talk about nurturing innovators, I think what is most amazing about Riara is the follow-up, where for example, the lecturers will give you pieces of work to do, assignments to do, then they will follow it up. When there's following up and there's monitoring and evaluation, it is very easy for you to know where you've made the mistakes, hence your growth becomes very easy.
Variety is the spice of life, and Riara University embraces different individuals from a wide array of cultures.
Riara is a very friendly student environment. I feel at home at Riara. I feel accepted. I don't feel different. Despite being half Lebanese, I feel I can interact freely with all the students around. I can talk to students from other degree programs, business, ICT.
I'm from Sicily in Italy. I'm a law student at Riara University. I chose Riara because of the ultra-modern facilities it has. I like hanging out in the garden because it reminds me of back home. I also like doing my assignments here at the garden because of the easy access to the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi signal in the university is pretty strong. The students on the campus grounds use the Wi-Fi signal to do research on their schoolwork. The gardens on campus have nice flora that are well manicured and serve as eye candy to the individuals in the establishments. The School of Business is another juggernaut in the university, equipped with facilities in sharpening entrepreneurial and managerial skills in students.
I'm a business student in Riara University, currently pursuing a degree in business administration, and I'm majoring in finance. I spend most of my evenings in the library because I have this task to know of what the lecturers have taught us during the day. And the library has motivated me so much because it has so many reading materials, from encyclopedias, journals, everything you need to find, newspapers dated way back. So I think the library has the best equipment for you to have all your information, especially for business, the field of economics, finance, accounting. Everything you need is always in the library.
Relax, rejuvenate, refresh, and renew both the mind and the body is the reason the campus has a student center. The student center is a reserved room where students can engage with each other while participating in a number of assorted engaging activities, with board games such as Scrabble, Monopoly, chess, and cards, to even virtual electronic games like the Xbox and the PlayStation. Students also get to watch their favorite channels on the television.
Internally, we have sports on campus, like the recent ping pong. And that tournament is supposed to help students build by way of having a mindset. During orientation, we emphasize the fact that each student has potential to become the best that they can if they are willing to exert themselves.
In the student center, there's a table tennis, original table, bats, balls, where students compete.
The university has a unique setting that encourages socialization, and the fact that people are from different backgrounds, and so it shows diversity, and so you get to make friends with different people, and so there's no space for boredom on campus.
Journalism and multimedia studies is one of the major vibrant courses. Having a modern audio-video studio with top-of-the-line equipment which has specially trained staff to assist students hone their skills.
There is a state-of-the-art studio that was launched last year by Mr. Bruce Odhiambo, and we had a grand opening, and that was not where the grandeur of it ended, because when you walk in, you see state-of-the-art equipment with people who actually know how to work it inside and out. With Nurturing Innovators, you come with your own ideas, but you have experts and state-of-the-art facilities that ensure that you are given the necessary skills and knowledge to stand out from other students who have studied the same course.
We record bands in the studio booth as well, and anyone that has some type of talent, which is singing, playing any type of instrument, it doesn't matter if it's traditional or modern. We also do voiceovers for documentaries and short stories.
Besides law, I usually go to the studio to go and record because I like singing, and singing is my hobby. And also the fact that the producers are my fellow students makes me feel more comfortable.
Here in the studio, I've gotten to learn a number of things from cinematography, ADR, Foley, everything in the post-production and pre-production process that will help me become a more wholesome jack-of-all-trades journalist, which I think is very important. I've also been given the opportunity to nurture myself as an innovator by coming up with my own talk show. It's called Talk is Derek. I've produced 2 episodes so far.
Talk is Derek. We've gone far beyond the call of duty to bring you world-class entertainment. From university students to entrepreneurs on Talk is Derek.
And that's the best thing about Riara University. They help you nurture your ideas and they help you grow in the whole 360 experience.
It's time to shut the city down.
Wagwan Nairobi, my name is Crazy K, and I got my co-host with me, Anthony Miruka. This is The Vibe, an online radio podcast that happens at the Riara University studio. Keep it locked with us. We got you. We out.
As day transitions into night, Riara University is also very busy during nightfall, with a number of students who work full-time jobs during the day come to the university to study under a very relaxed schedule. This is further testament to the institution's versatility.
The evening students, to me, the fact that they have practical examples or practical at their workplace, to give them these materials, it becomes a little bit easier. So I prefer teaching in the evening classes.
Yeah, one, we have dedicated lecturers. They come on time. That is from 5:30. We go up to around 8. We get the lectures. The lecturers are helpful. We are able to get the knowledge that we want.
Like a beehive of activity, students go about their activities in the university grounds and give the university a vibrant vibe.
Dean of Students has to do with the welfare of the students while at the university. And by that I mean we look at beyond the classroom experience of a student. That is to talk about social facilities. We talk about medical facilities. We talk about co-curricular activities. We look at catering and accommodation. And we look at the general activities that happen within the university so that we achieve one of the core mandates of Riara University, holistic education, so that our students not only get their certificates in whatever courses they are pursuing, but they grow up and they develop to be whole people who are able to function within the society.
A certificate or a degree is not enough. Not in today's world. That to me encapsulates the whole essence of education.
Quality assurance affects students big time by the fact that being a training institution, if the element of quality is not taken into consideration, then there's a big problem. And by that fact, the purposes that we are mandated to do at Riara University as QA office is to make sure that students are given quality in class and outside class. And by that fact, we look at the content, the syllabus, the methodology, the practice of teaching. And far more, we look at the services outside the lecture room, just to make sure that students get value of money in terms of training as well as their welfare within the university.
RUSA stands for Riara University Student Association. It was formed by the students themselves when they came together to form a student government that is going to represent their issues. RUSA was formed in October 2014, and basically the functions of RUSA is to look into the welfare, manage events, talk to the administration in case the students have some issues that they will wish it resolved, and looks into the wishes of the students.
Riara University Student Association is out called the students' government. It is an arm of administration in government, and basically helps the office of the Vice Chancellor and the Dean of Students to look at the students' welfare. They have their own constitution, and of course, as the office of the Dean of Students, our mandate is basically to facilitate them. Our mandate is to nurture leaders.
RUSA is governed by a constitution that was put in place by students. This constitution is what gives us the guidelines of how to do our duty and how to conduct ourselves.
Co-curricular activities are highly encouraged, especially sports. The sports engage the students physically and also help them to acquire social-like teamwork, coordination, and patience.
Extracurricular activities is one of our core objectives as marketing department because one, we believe in the saying that work and no play makes Jack a dull child. Secondly, it's also building soft skills for our students, and that is what the environment, or rather the market, is looking for in a student. So in terms of extracurricular activities, we have a very vibrant sporting body, football, basketball, rugby, and swimming clubs and society, and I very much appreciate the Broadcast Club that is currently doing this shoot. Congratulations. So yes, that's the much that we are doing to enrich within.
For co-curricular activities, we partner with different organizations. For example, for sports, we have several teams, football and basketball, really performing at a very high level. Every weekend we have teams going out, both men and women.
The team has really improved tremendously. This is because of our coach, who's been able to organize friendlies with the top flight teams, top-notch teams in the country. Yeah, like we have KCB, we have Tusker, we have Thika United, and we were also able to have a chance to play at the Nyayo National Stadium. You can imagine how it usually is, because not many people get the opportunity to do so. So for anyone who would like to join the team, anyone who wants to go pro, I'd advise you to join the Riara University football team, because trust you me, we have all the opportunities that you need. All you have to do is just dedicate yourself, commit yourself, and you'll get the result at the end of the day.
The team was formed in January last year, 2014, but I came in mid-July. That's when we started participating in various leagues and kind of generally restructuring the team and seeing that it gets some good results.
Just beyond the competition that within and among us universities, we give it a professional touch. And by this, we've been able to facilitate our students to access some of the national and international facilities, because at the moment, our soccer team trains at Nyayo Stadium. Likewise, it's our basketball team. We expose them to these facilities. And with this comes a lot of opportunities, because students get to meet and engage some of the best sportsmen and women, both in Kenya and outside Kenya.
When you look at students' recruitment at Riara University, we have 3 intakes in a year. And those 3 intakes, what really we look at is the qualification So we don't have anything particular that we are looking for in student recruitment. But on and on, I can say what we desire is someone who is very thirsty for knowledge, because that's what we offer here. And that's what the kind of student we wish to get at the end of it all.
Gracia Machel visited the university recently, and I think that was a wonderful opportunity for the Riara community to have exposure to somebody who has been in the fight for freedom for many years, who has supported both the governments and the presidents of Angola and South Africa, and had wonderful insight about the role that the youth can play. We had very recently the visit by Professor Bichere Mugo, a world-renowned academician who spent 10 days giving lectures and mentoring both students and staff. So those are very, very important milestones. We have had 2 international conferences in education and in business, as well as various symposium and workshops, which have attracted very high caliber scholars and practitioners in different areas in society.
There's the talks that the school goes to great lengths to have different events and influential people from different parts of the world, different parts of society, different parts of the business and life in general, who come and talk to us. Therefore, it provides a fantastic platform to network. Therefore, it's for you to take what you can and use that in the next stage of your life.
Security is taken seriously in the university. Meticulously laid out in the university's blueprint, we have trained security personnel strategically placed all through the university's ground. With the assistance of CCTV cameras, students can always feel secure within the university.
We have 5 deployment areas. We shall deploy here in the main gate. We also have there in the front parking, bridge gate, floors, and the library. The frisking measures, we have them in different ways because our students, we usually just check their bags and we check the student ID, then we allow them in. Visitors, we usually frisk them with a scanner, metal detector, and we have a search mirror which we usually check vehicles coming inside the campus. Then we give them the visitor's tag and we allow them in. The CCTV camera now, they are working. We have around 86 cameras installed inside the campus. So during the night, for security of students, we have a dog station department, which you have a dog handler and a sniffer dog, which mans most of the time the perimeter wall.
My experience in Riara has really been commendable, amazing. Riara is one place that for sure has no borders, both to staff and students. And what we say is that Riara is a home of innovators. You are subjected to how big can you be creative enough as a staff, how well are our students trained in terms of transformative education. A student will be out to be a job creator other than a job seeker. And that's our passion. That's what we carry as Riara, and that is what makes Riara a better choice for me.
My challenge to our young men and women as you join Riara University: you have fantastic facilities here, fantastic faculty members who have international exposure. Ask yourself, what is your motivation of coming to Riara? What is your purpose when you're at Riara? What are you going to change in you and through your time at Riara that will create a big impact into the society?
Why are we worshiping consumerism? Why are we worshiping people, heroes who have gotten their heroship or heroineship in dubious ways? Why aren't we embracing people like the Gashukias? Why aren't we embracing innovators like Julius Yego? Ladies and gentlemen, our work at Riara is to support you to be the next Gashukias and the next Julius Yego. Thank you and welcome to Riara.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band about that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi.